AITA for refusing to attend my sister's best friend's funeral after she outed me and bullied me for years. I'm a 16-year-old girl, and I live at home with my parents and my older sister, who's 17. She and I have never been especially close, but we've lived under the same roof our whole lives, so of course our stories are tangled together. This isn't just about her. It's about her best friend, Lily, who died recently. And it's about the fact that I refused to go to Lily's funeral. My sister and Lily have been inseparable since they were about 6 years old. They met in kindergarten, and for what I've been told, they clicked instantly. Sleepovers, birthday parties, matching Halloween costumes. They were practically glued together. My mom used to say that Lily was like her second daughter, and our grandparents joked that my parents had 2 teenagers for the price of 1. From the outside, it looked like this perfect best friendship that everyone envied. But for me, it was hell. Lily never liked me. I don't know if it was jealousy, if she thought I was stealing my sister's attention, or if she just hated me for who I was. Whatever the reason, she was cruel to me, especially when adults weren't around. When I was 12, she'd make comments about my clothes, how I looked like a boy because I preferred hoodies and jeans to skirts. She called me gross when I cut my hair short. She spread rumors at school that I had a crush on my best friend, which wasn't true at the time, though ironically later in life it would have been. And my sister? She laughed. She never stood up for me. But the absolute worst thing Lily ever did happened when I was 14. It was one of those small but pivotal moments that end up changing everything. Lily was sleeping over at our house. Normally, when she came, I'd find any excuse to not be there. I hated being around her. That night, though, I was staying at my grandparents' place because I just couldn't deal. I had locked my bedroom door before I left. What I didn't know was that my sister gave Lily the spare key to my room. And what I didn't know was that Lily snooped. She went through my stuff. She found my journal. And in that journal, I had written about something I had never told a single soul, that I was a lesbian. I wasn't ready to tell anyone. Not my parents, not my sister, not my grandparents, not my friends. It was my secret, my safe place on those pages. But Lily took that and ripped it wide open. The next week at school, people started whispering. First it was little snickers in the hallway, then it became outright bullying. Someone yelled a slur at me in the cafeteria. Another kid left a note in my locker calling me disgusting. And then my sister came home and casually asked, "So, is it true? Are you a lesbian?" That's how I found out Lily had told everyone. I don't think I'll ever forget that moment. My heart dropping into my stomach, my face burning hot, the tears I couldn't stop. My sister looked almost uncomfortable, but not sympathetic. She told me, "Well, you shouldn't have written it down if you didn't want people to know." That broke something in me. When it all came out, my parents were complicated. On one hand, they said they loved me and accepted me. They told me that if anyone at school or in the family gave me trouble, they'd defend me. And to their credit, they did shut down some gossip among extended relatives when word spread further. But when it came to Lily, they did almost nothing. They let her keep coming over. They let my sister maintain the friendship. My dad's line was, "She's just a kid. She'll grow out of it." My mom's was, "We can't control who your sister's friends are." Meanwhile, every time Lily came into our house, I felt unsafe. I avoided the living room if I heard her laugh. I ate in my room, closed my door, put headphones on. My parents didn't stop her visits until things got so tense that even they admitted it wasn't working. Even then, it was half-hearted. Lily wasn't banned, just not around as often. The message was clear. My comfort came second to my sister's happiness. From that point on, I despised Lily. There's no sugarcoating it. She ruined my sense of safety. She stripped me of the choice to come out on my own terms. She armed people with information that they weaponized against me for years. And she never apologized. Not once. If anything, she doubled down. She called me slurs. She'd sneer at me in the hallways. She'd make jokes about me staring at girls' locker rooms. It was vile. My sister? She stayed her best friend. She defended her. When I tried to talk to her about how much it hurt, she'd roll her eyes and say I was being dramatic. So yeah, I carried anger. I built walls. And I promised myself I would never forgive either of them. 2 weeks ago, everything shifted. Lily and her boyfriend were in a car crash. Both of them died on impact. I wish I could say I felt something profound when I heard the news, but honestly, I didn't. I just felt nothing. Maybe a little relief. Maybe a little cold satisfaction that she couldn't hurt me anymore. But mostly just numbness. My sister, though, was devastated. She sobbed for days. She barely came out of her room. My parents hovered around her like she was made of glass. Our house became this shrine of mourning for Lily. Candles, flowers, framed pictures of the two of them together. And I stayed silent. When the funeral came around, my parents insisted that we all go as a family. They said it wasn't about Lily, it was about supporting my sister. They said it was a chance to show unity. They said it would mean the world to her if I went. But every bone in my body screamed no. I told them I wouldn't go, that I couldn't, that I refused. My dad snapped at me, saying, "Stop being selfish for once in your life." My mom tried the guilt approach. She was part of this family, whether you liked it or not. I asked them point blank, "You mean the girl who outed me, bullied me, called me disgusting, and ruined years of my life? That's who you want me to honor?" They said, "It's not for her. It's for your sister." And I said, "My sister never cared about me when I was being torn apart. Why should I care about her now?" I stayed home. My parents went with my sister. My grandparents, who knew the whole story, quietly decided not to go either. When they got back, my sister was livid. She accused me of celebrating Lily's death by not attending. She screamed that I was heartless, that I had been cold since the accident. My parents didn't defend me. Instead, they told me privately later that they were deeply disappointed. My sister also claims I manipulated our grandparents into not going, which isn't true. They made that choice on their own. But now she won't even look at me. Here's where I'm stuck. Part of me feels like I finally stood up for myself. For once, I didn't fold to make other people comfortable. I refused to honor someone who caused me so much pain. But another part of me wonders if I cross a line. Maybe I should have gone, not for Lily, but for my sister. Maybe being there would have been an olive branch. Maybe my absence just deepened the rift in our family. And then I think about all the nights I cried myself to sleep because of Lily, all the panic attacks I had at school, all the humiliation of being outed before I was ready. And I think, no, I don't know her a damn thing. Still, everyone around me seems to think I'm the villain here. So, AITA for refusing to attend my sister's best friend's funeral? Was I wrong for not going, even though my parents framed it as supporting my sister and not Lily? Or was I within my rights to protect myself from a situation that felt like betrayal all over again? I genuinely don't know anymore. Update. I wasn't sure if I should post an update, but a lot has happened since my original post, and I'm still processing. Some people asked for more context, and a lot of you gave me advice that actually helped me see things a bit clearer. So thank you. It's been about 2 weeks since the funeral, and the fallout in my family hasn't exactly calmed down. If anything, things are more complicated. Right after the funeral, things at home were tense. My sister wouldn't look at me. She'd slam her door whenever I walked past. At dinner, she'd sit in silence, stabbing her food with her fork like it had personally offended her. My parents tried to play peacemaker. My mom cornered me one night in the kitchen and said, "You don't have to forgive Lily, but you need to think about what this is doing to your sister. She just lost her best friend." I told her, "I lost years of my life to that girl's cruelty. I'm not going to pretend she was someone she wasn't." My dad was harsher. He told me, "You're letting your anger control you. If you don't learn to move past it, you're going to grow up bitter and alone." That one stung, because part of me worries he's right. A few days later, my sister finally snapped. She stormed into my room, slammed the door, and just let it out. She yelled, "You hated her so much you couldn't even show up for me? You're my sister. You could have sat in the back, not said a word, and just been there. But you didn't. You made it about you." I fired back. "It's always been about her. About you and her. My feelings never mattered. She outed me. She ruined me. And you defended her. Why would I stand there and pretend she was some kind of angel?" She cried and said, "I didn't defend what she did. I defended my friend because she was all I had. I knew she was wrong, but I didn't want to lose her. Now she's gone and I feel like I've lost you too." That stopped me cold, because as much as I want to hate her, I could see she meant it. My grandparents have been the only people firmly in my corner. After the fight with my sister, I went to their house for the weekend. My grandma said, "Honey, you don't owe forgiveness to anyone who hurt you. But don't confuse forgiveness with reconciliation. You can let go for your own peace without letting them back in." My grandpa added, "Your sister's grieving. Grief makes people cling tighter to the past. Don't let her guilt you into rewriting history. But also, don't close the door completely. She's still your sister." That perspective helped more than I expected. Where things stand now, my sister and I aren't speaking much. She's still grieving hard. She avoids me, but when we do cross paths, it's less angry and more sad. Like she wants to say something, but doesn't. My parents are disappointed. They think I've dug my heels in. My mom keeps pushing therapy for me to deal with the anger. Honestly, therapy wouldn't be a bad idea, but the way she frames it feels like she's saying I'm the problem, not what happened to me. Me, I feel conflicted. I don't regret not going to the funeral, but I do regret how wide the rift with my sister has grown. For the first time, I wonder if we'll ever be close again, or if that ship sailed years ago when she chose Lily over me. I don't think I'm the asshole for not going to the funeral. I needed to protect myself, and I still believe that was the right call. But I'm starting to realize this isn't really about Lily anymore. She's gone. This is about my relationship with my sister, and whether there's any way to rebuild it after everything. I don't know if I can ever fully forgive her for standing by Lily. And I don't know if she'll ever forgive me for not being there when she needed me most. So I guess my question has shifted. It's no longer AITA for not going. It's, is there a way forward with my sister? Or do I have to accept that our bond might always be broken?